Hello, everyone.
All right, attention to the front, please.
Hello, everyone. So today we're presenting this little piggy right here. It's supposed to be a little app for children to be able to save money. We'll go into that more later, but we want to understand this project was difficult, correct? Right? And we want to say that there was a lot of hurdles that we had to come over, a lot of things that we had to overcome, you know, concept-wise and everything, you know, breaking down to even the smaller things. And we're gonna jump into it. So here we go. So we use the technologies of React and Django. Django our backend, React front, of course. And we want to say that getting these two to even show something on the screen is just extremely difficult by itself. I couldn't even imagine how hard this was. And hard doesn't need to be a bad thing. Hard is a good thing because frustration is a natural thing, and you have to overcome those things and envision what you want and how it's going to show up on the screen. And then now we're going to pass it off to Garen, and he's going to talk about the purpose.
You guys can hear me without the microphone, right? I'm not really with the microphone. Okay, so let me just backtrack a little bit. The inspiration behind the app that we wanted to develop today, I feel like a lot of children don't really have a sense of money, right? They come up to you, Garen, I want this, Mom, I want that, Dad, I want that. But it's like, you have no kind of clue how I have to go about to buy something for you. So what we wanted to do was teach children at a young age the importance of money, and more importantly, saving that money. So that's kind of where the inspiration behind this design of the app came from. I feel like, where am I trying to go? I just feel like this is an important app, for one, because they need to know the importance of money. Two, because how many people in here do online banking? Okay, that's what don't be shy, you can raise your hand. So we want to get them in that mindset at an early age, and that's what we set out to do. Like my man G explained, there was a lot of hurdles in actually coding this and making it look good. We were going for a very simple model because the demographic is a younger age group, but we still do have some work to go on the actual app. And I'll let him explain some of the technologies more in depth, and then I'll go over where we hope to bring this app soon.
Perfect. So we're just going to go over right here. So this one is just a simple AJAX call that we were running through React to call back and forth through Django. This right here, I wouldn't say is to the utmost. It doesn't run the way we would like it at the moment.
Can you show them where we are?
Yeah. So here we're gonna have two spots. So we're going ahead and we're calling the user list to display our username and our account balance. And then we're gonna go into our installed apps. So of course you always have to install the user's apps that we create in our Django. That right there might cause a whole lot of complications. How is Django even gonna do that? And then we're gonna go down here. Webpack Loader is actually one of the things that we wanted to use but didn't work out very well because it didn't really compile and save it in the right areas, and it was hard to even get that pathing right. And then this is what the REST framework right here, the REST framework is how we're gonna go ahead and use the API to go ahead and display the information. And then our static files. Static files very important because we're gonna use CSS, we're gonna use anything any JavaScript that we're using, our React app, all of that is how we're going ahead and even trying to show this on the page. This right here, of course, it's always the one line or the three-liner code that is preventing you from doing anything. And then, of course, we have our URLs. We have our API account right here, and then we have all the routes. This is how we're actually going ahead and moving from the sign up page or the registration page and moving on.
Show them the registration page. So while you're gonna bring that up, I wanted to test this out, like in real life. So my little cousin lives with me, and so while we were working on it, I would have him like play around with it, and he let me know that I'm horrible at what I do because he kept saying how many problems there were with it. But and then that kind of made him like not want to save, like, hey, can we just spend this money now? Like, no, Bryce, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you to understand the value of $1. So we still do have some work to go on the app, but we want to bring that up.
Oh yeah. And last thing right here. So we're gonna go ahead and of course, if you guys did the Django homework, the last homework, you're gonna recognize this. This is running through a template that's showing on one of our pages. This is running through a template, so as you can see, we have our Django syntax with HTML right here. You know, form class that should be not too difficult to show. So going into it, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna show this. So Garen's already in here. This is what our page is looking like. A little CSS would never hurt. This is the form right here that we were showing on that template. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna type in my name, Guillermo, password 1. I'm gonna go, of course, Nunya, because although Django has ways of authentication with a two coin token, so we could go ahead and use React and Django to, when you register on there, you would create accounts and everything like that. That was one of the hurdles right there. That was very difficult. But you know what, we went ahead and we kept pushing forward and we kept marching on, and now we submit that and we're in here. So this is our calculator. Of course, CSS would never hurt. But you know what, we always keep moving forward. So right here we're gonna have Guillermo's. This is just a placeholder as it is, but when we get that API to work with the Django, it would display the user's name right here. So as you would see, this is my name, Guillermo is what we entered, and then we have our account balance. Of course, I put $100, but we're gonna go ahead and, debugging and being able to keep pushing and not giving up is the major key to coding. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add some things in here. So I'm gonna add $56, and we're gonna deposit this into our account with the plus. Of course, I'm gonna be adding $5 or $6, and we're gonna go ahead and now it's 62. And once we get that API to work, once this registers into Django, it will update it and display it into our account balance right here, and add it to it.
So I'm gonna touch into what we wanted to do. Because this is kid friendly, obviously we want everything that's logged in to actually populate on the right hand side so they can see, so no one's gonna memorize every time they deposit, every time they withdrew out of the account. Another important thing that we didn't get to hit on, but I think is super important, kids need to be able to visually see a goal. So if they have a goal of, hey, I want to buy this hat or I want to buy this shirt, they can populate, they can say what their goal is, and they have an actual live progress tracker to show them how close they are to obtaining that actual goal. Once they indeed hit that goal, we do something cute, like, I don't know, burst the piggy bank on or something like that, and then let them know that they reached the level that they were trying to achieve. So that's just some future functionality that we would like to see in this little piggy. So.
Perfect, and yes, it is very simple, but I don't want to reiterate. Making simple things is very complicated because, as you may notice, currently at my current job, people don't like to move to online banking. They don't believe in it. They don't trust in it. I even run into people that have problems trusting ATMs. You might think that might, be a little strange since we're such in a technical world. Technology's overcoming. Jobs are getting rid of. Sooner or later there will be no tellers in banks. So we're gonna have to be moving forward into the concept of online and virtual money, and that's our finalization. All right.
Question.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Why did you guys decide to use Django and React?
Our reason was for that. It was personal preference. I wanted to dive into Django, Python per se, just because I want to be able to use that in the future, and it was good to get my feet wet and actually learn how to swim, even though I felt like I was drowning half the time, and we all felt like we were drowning in the group. It was hard. It was very hard to swim, especially when you jump into the vast ocean of these new languages. So so we picked that one because we wanted to learn about that as well, and the hurdle that we even overcame was that Python language is very difficult in the sense that we want to React to do everything right in the front end and then capture all the information.
So all in all, just a challenge for us. That's why. Next question. No? All right. Thank you for your time.